What's good, YouTube? DM Gaming here, guys. And we are back, boy. We are about 15 hours away from the gameplay deep dive for EA Sports College Football 2026, Bob. It's been a year, Bob. It's been a year. And we back. Guys, if you are new to the channel or just for some strange reason haven't hit the subscribe button, man, click the subscribe button, y'all. I think we've gone over 45,000 subscribers already. Yes, we have hit 45,000, bro. We are 5,000 away from 50. That is the halfway mark to get that silver play button, man. And I'm going to shake it for the... No pause, all brakes, all gas. You know what I'm saying now? But for real, man, I'm really thankful for y'all, man, for subscribing to the channel and supporting me, man. The live streams have been epic. I'm not gonna live stream today. I'm dropping this video for y'all. Shout out to Omar because I was gonna wait to do this, but when the universe speaks, bro, you gotta listen. Okay, so subscribe to the channel, or I'm gonna have to post them pictures of them crusty socks you got under your bed. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no mud and water out there. We know why they crusty. So hit that sub button. Don't be a Poindexter. Get out of the portal. Become 5-star. All right, too many Poindexters walking around in 2025. All right, so today, all right, well, first and foremost, let's talk about this. Okay, we will be live. We will be live for the deep dive breakdown for college football 26. You know what I'm saying? So what's gonna happen in here? I'm gonna tell you straight up. If you be careful coming into these live streams, all right? Because we have fun. We talk, we laugh, we joke. Open environment to be yourself so long as you're not an idiot or you racist or something stupid like that. Anyway, so the deep dive breakdown, we're going to watch the trailer. We're going to read through the deep dive notes, the campus huddle notes, and kind of put it all together. What does this mean for the game? Giving our thoughts and opinions on how we feel about the content that they're bringing to the game. Just a whole spiel like that, Bob. Interesting, bro. We tweeted. I asked Scott. I was, hey, Scott, you gonna come to the live stream? I tweeted him out. I tweeted that out to him. He texted back and asked when. And I gave him the time. I told him we're gonna do it as soon as the trailer drops. We're gonna be watching the trailer live and breaking down the campus huddle notes. And he liked it, man. So hopefully Scott come through. Let me set some ground rules straight, because I got a feeling it's gonna be some Poindexters, the point they Dexters in here. And y'all listen, y'all, when we got company, act like you got some upbringing, okay? Moderators, y'all gonna have to be on it. If Scott come to the party, don't be bombarding him with stupid ass questions, okay? Be real, be legit, be cool, okay? Don't be in there trash talking. Be a gentleman. You get what I'm saying? Don't be spamming. If he comes to the party, he might not comment because he might not want y'all to know that he there, all right? But if he does, act like y'all got some upbringing, man. Don't make me have to ban nobody, put nobody in timeout. You get what I'm saying? We got company coming over. We gonna act like a functional family. We ain't gonna act dysfunctional. You get what I'm saying? But subscribe to the channel, y'all. Make sure you click right here on the notify me Oh, no, it ain't showing up there. There we go. Make sure y'all click right there where it says notify me. Okay? Notification on. Make sure y'all got that so when we go live, it'll tell you that we live and you can hop in the chat and stuff like that. Okay? So, hell of excited for that. We finna have a blast tomorrow. Okay, so what are we talking about today, Bob? Okay? We are talking about stunts and twist and defense, okay? Shout out to Booby, man, because he told me, DM, you gonna do a video about stunts and twists? And I told him originally that I was gonna wait to do it whenever we got the deep dive information so that I can see what the game's approach is gonna be to it. But we can give y'all a preview and then we can break that down tomorrow. So shout out to Booby again. Omar, y'all know him as Omar in the chat, you know what I'm saying? The Nebraska Cornhusker, ex-TCU superstar, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. Newly appointed moderator for the live streams, by the way. Kudos to that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a moderator for the live streams, all you got to do is continue to be an outstanding individual. He shows up. Wilson finna get banned. Wilson probably finna lose his rank because he just be showing up randomly and stuff and then acting like he been there all day. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the moderators, Omar, Andre Wilson. Kyle has been through, man, Kyle's been there since we was at like less than 1,000 subs. And then Burns, shout out to y'all. Appreciate the work that y'all do. Burns actually designed the Discord and set that up. I updated the link on that for the channel, so go and join the Discord, guys. It's a fun environment, okay? So let's talk about this. All right, stunts and twists. So I'm gonna pull up this video, okay? That shout out to Pushing Peter. Peter. Pushing P. He put this out. This is what Booby sent me. I say Booby, but you know, Omar. This is what he sent me.
His job is to do what? Penetrate the line of scrimmage.
He said penetrate.
And that's exactly what it does. He's actually picking number 68, the left guard as well. And what's that do? That gives Mikhail Kamara a free shot, and he's right in the hole. He steps first. What's that do to the guard? Watch the guard. He thinks he's going to hit the B gap there.
Right, right.
And he gets caught and picked by C.J. West. This is clinic textbook TE. As a result, you got a big man standing right in the A gap making a tackle. His job is what? To penetrate and pick number 68 in the center, and that's what he does. He occupies number 56. That leaves one of the best linebackers in the Big Ten, number 4, Aiden Fisher, unblocked in the hole. I got a feeling Donovan Edwards was getting tired of seeing that unblocked defender in the hole. What's number 2's job?
Going in raw.
He's going to try to draw the block of 51 and 68 can't even see him, and then this is a definition to perfection of a backdoor linebacker. I'm telling you, man, I get so fired up watching IU play. They just do a great job. Donovan Edwards sees a man in a hole, aborts the track of the back, and this is just excellent defense right here.
Offensive line has no chance the way this thing's executed.
Some more stunts and twists right here. So, okay, so the game already, I'm going to mute the audio because we're going to go back and break this down. We're going to look at it how EA Sports does it in Madden because we don't have game film on it for college football. I know it's not from the beta, it's from the trailer. So, in the game right now, you can slant. You can slant your lineman, okay? And what that means here, we got this pulled up here. Slanting means you can either have them slant wide, where basically the ends right here, this defensive end, he's going to slant outside his gap assignment. He's this D end, or D end really, is D tackles, 3 down, 3-man front. He's going to slant outside. And then this guy is going to slant here. Okay, so they're going to slant. They can all slant to the right. Bam, bam, bam. They can slant to the left. Bam, bam, bam. Or they can do what they call pinch. Bam, bam, bam. Okay? Generally in this alignment, you wouldn't have them pinch. You would generally like to pinch whenever you have somebody head up on the center, because what it does is it closes out the nearest gap. Now, so whenever you're slanting with the defensive line, like say if we slant left and it's really to the defense's right, but looking at this angle, the offense is left, he's lined up in the B gap. He's going to slant to the A gap. Okay. And okay, let me get that. Let me get that off. There we go. Sorry guys. Let me mute that again. Okay, slanting to the left. He's lined up in the A gap here. He's gonna slant to the B gap, and thus he's gonna slant to the C gap. All right. So vice versa. If we're slanting right, he's lined up in the B gap. He's gonna try to get his head across the slant to that A gap. They're gonna slant to the next gap over. Okay. So defensively, everybody has to be responsible for a gap. Everybody has a gap responsibility. And that is the whole war of the trenches, is maintaining gap responsibility. And that changes up. You mix this up defensively by implementing slants, by implementing stunts, and implementing twists. Okay. So currently in the game, we can slant the D-line. And we can blitz the linebackers, okay? And you should be doing this, guys, in a way to where there is somebody responsible for every gap. Now, there are instances where a gap may go unprotected. For example, this back, Donovan Edwards, he's to the right, okay? Their strength is to the right. 9 times out of 10, if they're going to run the ball with this running back, they're going to go to the left. when they're in this formation, they could do a counter play and hit it back here, but this offense is set up in a strong right formation to get the defense to change their alignment. But you see what Indiana is doing here. They don't give a damn about that. They saying Edwards is to the right. We're going to slide and adjust to the left, opposite of that. And if you've watched the live streams, I do this same thing. I will shift my lineman opposite of where that running back is in the shotgun. And you've actually seen computer adapt to this in the live stream. They'll go to a formation, preferably the pistol, where that running back is behind. And they've also done things to where they know that I've been shifting away from the back. And so they'll start running counter plays, or they'll run some kind of end around play. So y'all, EA Sports, they've done a phenomenal job with college. These defenses really do adjust to what you do offensively and defensively. And you can go and watch that in the live stream. That video stuff is there, okay? So that's cool. I really should have got some evidence of that for the video, but it just popped in my head now. Okay, anyway, so understanding that, he's more than likely, you know, with these backers, run fit, he's probably responsible for the B gap. He's responsible for the A gap. He's responsible for A gap. He's a B gap player, and he's a C gap player right here. He's responsible for C gap. But when you add stunts and twists, okay, it throws off what they do. So let's take a look here at the stunt that they do. Okay, so right here, all right, this defensive tackle, he's shooting. He's trying to shoot the B gap. He's trying to get his head across here to occupy the guard. Okay. What this is going to do, and as you can see what it does here, is it forces the guard, it forces the center to squeeze. Okay, that center is trying to squeeze. They're doing this based off the preset alignment of the defensive tackle and the DN right here. More than likely, that ball is going to come to the outside. If the running back is seeing this right now, which he should be thinking this A gap is finna be wide open. Why? Because the center has an advantageous position, okay, on the defensive tackle right here. And then the guard, that's the guard right here. I'm sorry. The guard, it looks like they're set up. It looks like this could be a good run play. But the defensive end is giving that step fake right here that's going to hold the tackle. It's going to hold the guard. Okay, and then he's going to come around here into this wide open A gap and make a play. Okay, you see right here, momentum has already carried them. Okay, he is oblivious to this defensive end coming around because he's responsible for the linebacker. This play right now, it's blown up. Okay, this defensive tackle has occupied the center and the guard. The tackle is eyeing this linebacker here. He's coming around A gap. This guy right here is, from a defensive standpoint, what I would call the force player. Okay, all the pressure is on him right now. The running back, he's not looking to go outside right now. He's looking to go north and south right here. Okay, but the defense has to make this guy wrong. He's either going to have to take him and that linebacker's coming free, or he's taking the backer and the defensive end is coming free. Okay, so we see right here, they're just explaining what I just explained right there. Right here, the backer's free. He's wide open right there. Okay. And then we also see somebody come in from the outside right here. And so they have outside contained. Honestly, the running back has nowhere to go. And this is the thing playing running back. Always understand, guys, you're going to have to make at least one guy miss. If he makes this guy miss, then it's off to the races. You know what I'm saying? But this is your stunts and tackles right here. Linebacker does a great job in space, wrapping up. Okay, and then they're just showing it from a different angle right here. Great job right there setting that up. That is your stunts, and that is your stunt and twist. Okay, so this is another play. Okay, different formation. Okay, the strength of the offense is to the left. We can tell that the tight end or the H back, whatever you want to call him. Tight end, he's wearing 44. H-back, 44. He's finna go in motion. Okay, they're in a very similar defensive front, but you now see this outside backer walk down onto the line of scrimmage. Could be a defensive end. I think it's just an outside backer that's down in the end technique. Okay, but they're squeezing over here, and they're doing that for a reason. Okay, number one, they're setting up the offense for a stunt and twist because linemen are big guys and they don't move very fast. So sometimes, okay, when you have a heavier, less athletic defensive tackle, they will squeeze their steps closer together, okay, in order to allow them to get to where they need to get in time. Okay, so if you're playing the game and you kind of see this, you may be able to alert as a quarterback to a possible stunt and or twist coming. And that's what happens here. Okay, snap of the ball, same kind of deal right here. They really actually run the same one. Okay, he does the exact same thing. He comes across, he crosses the face of the guard right here. The center seals it because this play is designed to really hit that A gap, either hit the A gap or actually this is the backside A gap. Now that center's going over here, this is the old A gap. This is the backside A gap, but it's designed to hit here or it's designed to hit here, okay, based off of what's going on. In which that the defensive end, look, he does come free, but this time the backside guard picks him up because, hey, they've watched film, they recognized it, they know this, they've probably seen them do it on film enough to know that it's coming. Okay, also the difference here between this and the last one, where my marker at right here, if you look at the alignment here, okay, this backside guard couldn't have come down on that defensive end because that linebacker would have came free. But when you look at it right here, let me back it up. Back. There we go. Right here, that linebacker isn't present. So he can block down here as he does. All right. The defensive, the other tackle, the tackle picks him up. He's free to read this now. So that's why he could pick up that defensive end coming around. Now this linebacker is going to have to scrape over the top in order to get this backside B gap. He feels it. Okay, even though it's not a run, I think it's a pass play. No, it's a run play right there. The linebacker does scrape over. Okay, I was going to say the linebacker didn't do a good job of scraping. Okay, what this linebacker did do a phenomenal job of is squeezing. Look at the patience of number 4 right here. He's patient. He presses the line of scrimmage. Okay, still a little bit tight for my liking, but Donovan Edwards is not just a all-out speed type guy that can hit the hole with a burst, but he does a great job of pressing the line right here, staying flat, not getting upfield. Okay, and then scrapes over the top to make a play right here. Okay, and that's all done because of the stunt right here by the defensive line. Okay, because let's say, for example, this defensive end didn't do that. He didn't stunt, he didn't twist. This guy would just go straight to the linebacker. But by him doing this, like I said, 56 now becomes the defensive force player. If he goes to the next level and gets the linebacker, the defensive end is going to make that play in the backfield. Okay, but he does a great job of sealing down. And I'm going to tell you, the linebacker makes one hell of a play right here because the offense has an advantage. You even have the H-back leading into the hole, but instead of him leading up in the hole, he sees that this backside defensive end, or you could call him the other tackle, he has inside leverage against the offensive tackle right here. So he has to make a choice. Now he's made a choice. He's no longer the force player. Now 44 becomes the force player on offense. He has to make a choice. This linebacker's patience is what allows him to come free, okay, because he presses the line. The H-back loses sight of him. He targets him as the most immediate threat, as well as this outside backer who can easily come around and fit the gap. And then he scrapes over the top, closes the hole. Even though Donovan Edwards gets skinny through the hole right here, he still isn't able to make that play as the linebacker wraps him up. And yeah, they may gain a yard or two on it. But look at all the Hoosiers flying to the football. Okay, you love to see it. Okay, and then this is their example of, see, now they go to a pistol formation. This is what the computer did against me in the game. Okay, pistol formation, they're tight, strong left formation. But the reason teams run pistol, okay, the reason you will see teams go to the pistol formation or put the running back behind the quarterback is because by having the running back to either side of the quarterback, you're kind of signaling what you're going to do. You notice a lot of shotgun stances and you go and look at it. Either the running back will be even with the quarterback. Most of the time, he's either behind the quarterback, and there are instances where he's in front of the quarterback. We can go through an offensive video as to why that is so, but long story short, it's all depending on what play is going to happen. Okay, but you see them down in the strong left formation, 2 receivers tight to the line of scrimmage. All right, but now what they're showing an example of here is the linebacker getting involved in the twist right here. Okay, so you know the linebackers do get involved in these stunts and twists as well. The twists are more for the defensive linemen. The stunts are more for or whenever the linebackers become a part of what's going on. Okay, so that first set that we saw, that's what I've always been taught was a stunt. It was a twist, I'm sorry, because he's going here, he's twisting around. This is more of a stunt, okay? The linebackers get involved in it. Stunts and twists, it's all the same deal, okay? At the end of the day. All right, so the defensive tackle right here, okay? He's normally going to be responsible for this head-up A-gap, okay? He's responsible for this gap. He's responsible for this gap, A-gap, he's B-gap, and he's he's A-gap, and then he's B-gap. Outside gap. All gaps are taken care of here, okay? Boom, 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 and boom, all right? But he's going to try to get around to this A-gap. Why? Because, number one, it's going to attract the attention of the center, but it's also going to attract the attention of this backside guard who should look at that as, oh, that's an easy block down. They're running this way, and they're not expecting the linebacker to come free right here. So that's exactly what happens, okay? The linebacker comes down to sell it, all right? The reason why? Now he's my force player. He's going to take this backer right here, and it's going to allow him to get around and shoot this backside B gap, because now this is the B gap, all right? The A gap is between the center and the guard. That A gap has been closed up. This is now the B gap, guys. But it allows him to get around right here, okay, just like they show, and make a play. Even though he missed the tackle, Donovan Edwards did a phenomenal job of doing what? Making the first guy miss. All right. He hit that out of control. You got to come under control right there. All right. But he did a great job of it. They did a great job of fixing that. Okay. And then we see it from the NFL level. All right. Same deal right here. Linebacker creeping up. Okay. I mean, the safety creeping up. I don't know. Number 7, is he a backer or is he a safety? Might be a nickel. I don't know. All right, so now you see same thing. Gap responsibilities. Generally, he's gonna be responsible. Now with them being head up, they can either get play side A gap. This would be play side A gap, or backside A gap, B gap, C gap. Okay, but this guy's gonna come all the way to this A gap. He's gonna slant over here to the backside B gap or play side B gap. And then the walk down is really the linebacker right here. He's walking down to hold that attention. He knows what's coming, and he's going to come right off their ass and hit the outside C gap to make the play. And then he comes free right there. So these stunts and twists also work really well in the run game. This is a simulation of like showing blitz. You see the safety number 7 walking down right here. The quarterback is making a check. He thinks they're going to blitz. Number 7 doesn't blitz. He just widens out. 56 comes clean, grabs him, makes the play. Okay, so let's take a look at the trailer, because they show it here on the trailer as well. All right, so we're looking at Carter right here. Okay, same thing, same kind of front right here that we're looking at, where he's responsible for A gap, okay? This backer's A gap, he's B gap. He's technically a C gap player. He's responsible for the B gap right here, and he's got the C gap on the outside, okay? Dak Prescott of all people back there. Y'all Cowboy fans finna go crazy for that one right there. All right, at the snap of the ball, this one is a little janky, man. You don't see them sell it as much, okay? This is more of your twist, if you will. Okay, so the linebacker goes on a stunt. Okay, I say stunt and twist, guys. They're really the same thing. Okay, but anyway, I gotta click back.
Your play calling.
All right, let me mute that audio right there. So this is EA's implementation of it. Now, one thing that you don't see a difference of is you don't really see so for this play right here, okay? Now, the team player right here, this defensive, I guess, tackle, DN right here, with what they're lined up in, okay, you're not going to see him try to shoot over to this C gap. Doesn't make sense because then you leave the guard exposed and he'll pick up Carter right here. So that's why, you're going to see, you saw what we just saw and you say, well, the D line didn't do anything. They just shot the gap right in front of them. That's fine. In this case, that works perfect because if he was to go here, he's going to take this tackle and this tight end with him, but this guard is going to be wide open to pick him up. Only way that would work is if he shot this C gap, okay? He stunted to this C gap. The linebacker right here blitzes to the B gap, and he would come off of that blitzing linebacker's butt into the A gap, okay? But with him maintaining that B gap, guys, that's just not necessary, man. But he does get there hella fast, and he's able to make the play. Okay, that's the only film that we have of the game showcasing this. I don't know why they chose this footage in particular, because for you marketing stunts and twists, it would have been really cool to see how the defensive linemen operate with that. Okay, now understand this. This is what they say about stunts and twists for their game. On the defensive side of the ball, players have been clamoring for stunts and twists for years. We're finally able to deliver in Madden 26. It's time to bring, and I say this for Madden 26, guys, it's going to be the same for college football, okay? You'll be able to add any stunt to any defensive play as long as the formation alignment supports it. Okay, so there's only going to, basically, long story short, there's only going to be certain stunts and twists available depending on the formation. Okay, so now, like before, in older games, you did have stunts and twists, but they were built into the playbook, if you will. Now I can take any generic play, okay, and I can basically pre-hot route to add a stunt and a twist. Just like in the game right now, I can predetermine when I pick my play or before I pick my play, if I want to show cover 2, hide cover 2, show 3, whatever. Now I can do the same thing essentially with stunts and twists. Okay, so it even tells you by holding down on the play call menu, when you enter the drop down menu in a standard 4 down look on defense, you may have as many as 12. So really, I'm gonna put it like this: the more down linemen you have, the more stunts and twists you'll have available to you. The less defensive linemen you have, naturally, the less amount of stunts and twists that you'll have available to you. They're essentially, I mean, literally, like it's really a 4 down line set right here. The defensive ends are just standing up. Okay, but going back to read that. Stunt you choose from to apply to any player in that set. If you're in a sub defense and have only 3 or 2 down linemen, you may have only a few or in some cases no stunts to choose from. Okay? The system is completely dynamic in that it allows the appropriate stunts in the appropriate fronts. So you don't have to guess. Now, what did it say? What button? As long as the formation alignment supports it, by holding down, literally the holding down button on the play call menu. Okay, so that is predetermined. Now I don't know if you can hot route an auto, if you can hot route a stunt and a twist, if that's what they're referring to on the play call menu. But I think I would like to say that this before. It could be on the simple drop down menu. I'm not sure. Because in the game, if you push down, that changes the camera angle. Up and down changes the camera angles. So this has to be before you pick that. So going back to that. Sorry, going back to this. Okay, essentially it's a 4 down. It's a 4 down set, man. It's a 4-3 or it's a 4-2-5. Really, what it is. But anyway, you see how they utilize that right there, okay? And it works out great right there for the defense, okay? So stunts and twists, I'm excited to see. All right, another thing I want to discuss real fast, guys, was the secondary, the coverage stuff. Okay, I actually need to open I need to go back to that trailer. Let's go to my history here. Y'all can kind of see some stuff that I was working on here. Madden. Where's that trailer at, man? Where's the gameplay trailer? There it goes. All right, where was we at? 242. Let's go here. All right. So another thing I want to talk about was the coverages. Okay. So we talked about this previously. All right. With the defensive zones, customizing the defensive zones. Okay. And defensively, okay, I'm waiting to see how this is going to be implemented. I don't know, guys. I don't know. We talked about this in the live stream. So you can basically do route stems for defense. Okay, that's essentially what they're doing with these deep zones. But it doesn't make sense to me because, like I said, from a secondary minded standpoint, if I have deep, I have deep. I don't see the reason why you should extend his zone. But after reading the deep dive, it makes sense now. Okay. Because now, okay, so traditionally, let's back up to where that zone was originally at. That zone was originally here. So what the safety is going to do is essentially just kind of backpedal his way into that zone. But what they said in the deep dive is when that zone is pushed back 10, 15, 20 yards, that the defender is going to turn and sprint back into that zone. So by them extending this zone this way, it changes from him kind of backpedaling slowly into that zone to turning and sprinting to that zone. Let's look and see if he does that on this play. Actually, they don't even show it. They just go straight to that right there. Okay, but you do see that he's basically turning and sprinting. Okay, now my issue with that is this. All right, because even with him turning and sprinting, he does knock down the ball. But the receiver, I mean, if this ball was thrown in front of the receiver, that's a touchdown. All right. My issue is this, okay? For this particular play, okay, EA, you're showing custom defensive zones, but you actually show a DB making a play that was really the fault of the quarterback making a bad throw. Quarterback made he underthrew that ball. That's how he was able to get that ball. If you put that ball deeper downfield, that's a touchdown because that defender is out of position. It would have made more sense to me personally. I understand. I'm going to say this and I'm going to understand it. Okay, let me explain it. It would have made more sense to me to just back that safety up. But I understand why they didn't, because if I back that safety up, then they could easily hot route and understand that they have something underneath. Okay, so now you're going from playing a soft or a hard cover two. And what I mean by hard cover two is everybody's closer to the line of scrimmage, as opposed to a soft cover two is in order for me to have this guy get further back, I would have to move him back and play a more of a soft cover two. That's going to expose a lot more stuff underneath. Okay, and so I understand now after reading the deep dive notes and stuff like that, why they have that custom stem in there. Okay, now they have it to where he's showing that they're playing a hard cover two, but at the snap of the ball, he's gonna bail deep and stay over the top. That's all well and fine, but the issue is that you get beat still. You still got beat. But upon further inspection, okay, this is terrible defense. He's playing what he's supposed to do. He's splitting the difference because this guy is wide open. I don't know why he didn't hit this receiver, especially with the backside safety all the way across the field. Okay, this is a tough throw to make. This is an easier throw to make right here. I have no clue. I mean, well, I know why. Never mind. I was going to say this Dak Prescott, but it's not. I mean, look right here. He's facing that. I get it. So he could break on that quicker. But you can put that ball right over the head of this backer who's dropped back. I mean, that's an area. He has several choices right there. Let's just be frank. I probably would have thrown the outside route too. But the safety did actually a really good job of recovering. That ball, like I said, just should have been a little bit more in front of the wide receiver, and that would have been a touchdown. But the defender still makes a good play on that. Okay, but I'm gonna have to play around with that. I understand the logic behind it after reading the deep dives and stuff. I just wanted to bring that up because we did talk about that in the live stream, and I was like, that makes no sense. Why would you just not back him up? But that makes sense why you wouldn't back him up, because like I said, then you would be showing a softer cover 2 look, and you would be susceptible. You would be susceptible underneath that on the line of scrimmage. So I want to take a look at one more thing. All right, this is the college football. This is the play that they're advertising for college football's deep dive tomorrow. They're showcasing that they have 2,800 new plays. Another example that causes me to be concerned is the defensive logic. Okay, I probably should have did this in a separate video, but it's fine. This safety. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like you have to make your players more aware. Backside of this rollout, they're running a screenplay. They're pulling, that's getting the defense involved. This safety has nobody deep. Guys, we always tell guys whenever we're coaching them, you need to be covering something. This safety clearly is not. Now, guys, it's football. People aren't going to play things perfectly every single time. Thus, plays like this happening, okay? But, dude, coaching point, all right? There's nobody around you, all right? And you see 2 vertical threats. At this point, this safety needs to start squeezing, taking the breath out of this route. What that means by squeezing, it doesn't mean come down. It means, hey, this receiver is running vertical. I need to start moving laterally to position myself that if it is a straight throw, that pass is going to happen. Okay, because where's the line of scrimmage at right here? Okay, the line of scrimmage is just shy of the 35-yard line. It's at the 34-yard line. You have a slot receiver. If he's going to run a post, most posts are going to break at the 12. I would say no further than the 15-yard mark. So if we're here, we'll essentially put it here. 5, 10, 15, that route should break off before he hits the 20-yard line if he's going to run a post. Okay, he hits the 20-yard line, and what happens? His route breaks off, but it's a corner route. Oh my God. Regardless, even if it was a post, if this safety was squeezing the air taking the air out of this route right here, he's on top to make this play. Okay? I don't know what coverage the defense was in, but it's just not making sense to me right here. Okay? And then you have, this has to be the backside safety. Play side safety, I mean. This has to be the other safety. All right? Mistake number 2. His is worse because he actually does a great job right here. He's splitting the difference between these two, but he's committed to this outside receiver, which makes me wonder, are we going to be able to basically, I mean, we should be able to do it now in the game, but double team, okay? This is an impact receiver right here. He's their star receiver. He has the impact player star underneath him. Okay, but looking at what this safety does at the snap of the ball tells me that they hot routed him to double team this wide receiver, because there is no coverage in football that would take him a vertical, literally going laterally to cut off this route. He's not dropping back into a coverage, guys. That's not dropping back into a coverage. If he had cover 2 right here, he would be right here. He would be dropping here, back here, but he's not. His eyes are already on the number 1 receiver, as you can see. And at the snap of the ball, he takes a beeline to that defender. Look, he's already going that way. He's not dropping into a zone. This is dropping into a zone because you keeping your shoulder square to the line of scrimmage. He is beelining towards this guy, and it leaves that post open. But I don't so much blame him as I do this backside safety who should have been there. So, great play by the offense of taking advantage of that. But, brother, that safety should have been there the entire time. Okay? He catches the pass right there. Great placement of the football. And he goes in for the touchdown. Number 9, hit the portal. You know what I'm saying? So, defense, I am excited to see defense. I'm excited to hear what they're going to be doing with defense. These stunts and twists are going to be really, really fun. I'm familiar with them, but I mean, I do have to brush up on it because I'm not a big D-line type of guy, but I do know football terminology and things like that. My biggest weakness when it comes to football is the D-line stuff. So I'm having a blast. Defensive and offensive line stuff. I'm having a blast. I know more defensive line stuff because I coached linebackers before, and you got to know what D linemen are doing and stuff like that. I've played defensive side of football through college and stuff and semi-pro, and offensively I need to learn more. So, I'm excited to learn. I mean, this whole process is helping me to learn more about things that go on the defensive front, and it's fun, and I can't wait to learn more. Because even in the game now, I always play on the D lineman because I like to create pressure. But having stunts and twists and that on top of your blitz packages, oh my gosh, dude, it's finna be nasty. It's finna be nasty. So thank y'all for staying this long, man. Probably should have did this in a live stream, but it's all good, man. Some of y'all will watch this for work. This will replace our live stream for tonight. Be ready for tomorrow, dude. I'm excited. Can't wait to break this stuff down with y'all all together, man. It's gonna be a blast, guys. That's all I got for right now, man. Till next time, y'all. Thanks for watching. Peace.